Hello. So, it is freezing cold in Edinburgh, and I've decided on my one day off, I'm gonna go shoot some of this police box project. It does look like it's about to rain, but oh well. My plan today is to go from where I'm based up to Leith and circle around there. There's about 10 police boxes around there that I want to try and get today. Got 2 rolls of Kodak Gold and a couple rolls of Portra as backups. Run around today and try and get a couple ticked off, because I'm noticing that a lot of them are being removed recently. I just want to make a start on it, try and get at least some of the abandoned ones, as they're more likely to be the ones that are removed sooner. So today we go start that. So I've got the RZ all set up, got the linear polarizer, loaded with Kodak Gold, and there's the subject over there. So I'm just going for a simple head-on shot. I'm going to meet it with f8 at 1/200. Once the cars are out of the way, we can then shoot. Yeah, it's a busy junction, so it's going to be a bit more difficult than I thought, but I'll just have to time it right. Dark slide's out ready, so I can just shoot as soon as I'm ready. This one's a nice easy one. I'm going to try and go a bit more handheld, so 1/125 at 65mm. I think this one's quite interesting. So again, just want a standard sort of head-on shot here. 1/125 at f5.6 at 65mm. 3, 2, 1. There we go. I think that will work pretty well. Nice head-on shot. I do like the look of the graffiti on it. So I've got 2 shots of that. Again, it's fairly local to me, so I can always come back, but I think that'll work quite well. Right, on to the next one. So I've just had my first loss. That white box behind me is where it should have been, and they're currently building student accommodation there. So they've removed it, and it's been disposed of. It's not been taken anywhere. So apparently I'm about 2 months too late for that one. But yeah, this is why I'm doing this project, because they are being removed at such an alarming rate, and they're not being preserved or looked after. They're just being scrapped effectively. Obviously the student halls people bought the site, which obviously came with the police box, and just decided it's not worth keeping a piece of history like that. So that's my first loss, which is quite sad. But maybe I'll try again once the student accommodation's built, and it might be brought back. But the guy I spoke to didn't seem to know, which is a shame, but oh well. On to the next one. So I've just got to the next location. I kind of just didn't realise how much that pissed me off. Seeing how someone just ripped it up and got rid of it. It's kind of annoying. Like, that's a big piece of Edinburgh's World War II history, and they're just student housing people are just like, oh, just get rid of it. It doesn't work for us. So just, I don't know, it just annoys me sometimes. But oh well, this is why I'm doing this project, because it means that I can document these pieces of history. And now we're on this one, which is kind of cool. It's got a post in the front of it. We'll take one from behind and then go have a look from the front, just get things done. You're all good. No idea if I'm in focus or not, but oh well. I found this shot that's kind of interesting. It's the post in front of it, with the buildings behind, and with the slight compression with the 110mm. I think looks quite good. So what I'm going to do is f8
f5.6 1/400. I'm going to try and get the whole pole in because I think it adds to the shot a little bit. And then wait for these cars to pass. 3, 2, 1. No idea, I'd shot the whole roll already. Nice. First one down. Always carry a dark bag, just in case. Yeah. Hell yeah. So I've just found this one, it's really cool. Next on the list. And if that doesn't sum it up perfectly, I don't know what does. I think it's great. I'm going to take a few photos of this one, I think. I'm just thinking, if that photo actually comes out, that one might be front cover worthy. Like, it kind of sums it up pretty well. But because I've been thinking, like, what one would I want to use as a front cover, or a front image, or a back image? And that one kind of sums it up quite nicely. The fact they've just been left to rot with the bins in front of it. So it's an option. Hopefully it comes out right. I've taken a few photos of that one, and we'll see. But right, on to the next one. Hello. So it's been about a week and a half since I got back from that little trip. So I had every intention to make more photos while I was out, but I didn't really find the inspiration for the 2 or 3 locations I visited after, so I sort of used that as a location recce. I found one that I'm really excited to shoot, which is definitely a condition-based photograph. I need it to be perfect light, like probably, I'm gonna say morning light for that one. It's the beautiful lighthouse white box. It's very picturesque, and I feel like that would be a very big shot, one I want to take my time shooting, take multiple exposures of just to make sure I get it perfect, and I just need the conditions to be immaculate for that one. The other I did actually take a photo of, but for some reason the camera decided just not to work really. It just decided it wasn't, it was done for the day. It was like an oyster shack or something in front of a boat. And again, even if the photo came out, I wasn't that inspired by the image, so it's a bit more like, right, I'll come back to that one. This is something I need to learn to do, is accept that the conditions aren't right for a certain shot and think about it more and plan ahead. In that sense, I will go back to these 2 or 3 locations. Yeah, it's something that I definitely want to do more. I have bought some new kit to help with this project. So with this police box project, I've also decided I'm going to shoot on 35mm as well. Because I'm an idiot, and as much as I moan about my bag being heavy, I've decked out my Canon A1, which I've not actually used on this channel, I don't think. So I'll have to make a video on this at some point. But I've kitted it out with the grips, and I bought some new lenses. So I've got the 28mm f2.8, I have a 50 f2, a 135 f3.5, and my most recent purchase is a absolutely colossal 75 to 205. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet in terms of the project. I'm sure I can find one use for it or something, but I did just want to say it was dirt cheap on eBay. It was like
I think I made an offer of like £16 and they just accepted it. So I am definitely going to make use of the 35mm format for this project as well, because it just makes it easier to shoot the random police boxes that are just out and about. They're not that interesting, they're more for documentary purposes, whereas things like the one with the lighthouse or the ice cream shop, I will take my time with the RZ because I want to make sure those pieces are like artwork. And then the random abandoned ones that are just in like residential areas that I don't really care about, I can shoot on this and do the bulk of the work on the 35mm and save the really nice shots, really nice planned shots for the RZ. I am really happy with how one of the shots came out, which is the downside of shooting medium format, is in 2 rolls. I got one definitive keeper, which is the one with the face on it. I need to figure out who the artist was of that, because I'd love to just send them a print of that maybe, or at least credit them in the final print or book. I'll look into that. But yeah, I'm very happy with that day. It was a very productive day of shooting. Didn't get many winners, but it means I know what I'm looking for in the next ones. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I'm very happy that I'm making more videos again. It's genuinely making me very happy to be creative again and having the time to do so. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace.